Hi, welcome back to Play Guitar Like a Pro. This week's video is another online session, and it's quite an old one. I did it back in 2016, one of the first sessions I ever did on Sound Better, as you'll see by the price. But this was a good one. I don't know if it's ever released. I've tried to contact the client, but I don't think he's on the platform anymore. If anybody's heard it out in the real world, let me know. That would be great. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. It would help me enormously. Thank you. Okay, so this came in, and the client had got a track with a guitar sample on it that he wanted replaced. This is a common thread of work, replacing samples, because if you found a sample that you're writing over, which a lot of hip-hop producers particularly do, if you want to release it, you've got to track down the owner of the sample, the rights to the sample, and negotiate a license, or you get someone to replace it. So this is what we've got at the front. Sounds like an old sort of acoustic-y slide thing. Simple riff, and then it goes like this. So the brief is to replace that blues guitar sample. And then he said something about, in the original job description, it says, you know, take a solo, blah, blah, blah. So my first response when he funds it is to go, hi, I'll do a few tracks with different guitars. If you, oh, this is before we funded it. If you've got a reference track, I can use similar sounds. I can get this done by Monday at the latest. You're welcome to sit in on the session on Skype if you like. He selected me, he funded the job. He says, here's the link. The beginning guitar part, I was hoping to have that replaced by your guitar. 213, I want a really cool, maybe slightly weird blues solo, and then continue the solo after that, but playing either with what he's singing or around the singing. Okay, bread and butter work. I'm straight back on him as soon as I wake up. His message came in at 11:15, and because I'm 63, you know, I'd gone to bed by then, but first thing in the morning, I wake up, I see his message, I straight back to him. Brilliant, thank you. Okay, I have a listen to the track. This is really useful also. Tell them, wow, I really like this music. That's great, thank you. This is one of the basic principles of session work. While you are working on somebody's music, you love it. Even if it's the most appalling crock of dreck you've ever heard in your life, while you are working on that person's music, you are a believer, okay? You love it. Your job is to add your energy to theirs. So I've said, great, I actually did love it. I love the way the track comes in. So, and straight away I've said to him, I'll do an electric version and also a dobro version of the main riff. So this is what I've done. The problem with this, what I really would have liked would have been a version of the track without that guitar sample, but I couldn't get it. So this is what I did. First thing I did was this. So I've played the riff exactly as it is on the track, and then I've kept it going. Then I've gone, okay, I'm going to do another version that's a bit freer. I start off the same. And then I get into some rhythm stuff. So I'm giving him stuff he can edit and cut in if he wants. And then I get even freer later on. Also known as overplaying. Tee-hee. Then I've done the same, but with an electric guitar. So I've gone for a Les Paul. A bit more aggressive. I don't know which one he chose in the end, and you'll see why when I go further up the workroom. But this one, for me, works. There's a solo somewhere up around here. And then I've done a freer version of the Les Paul. So it starts off with the riff. And then gets a bit more rhythmic. So again, and then I've done a wilder solo as well. So I've given this guy I've given him value for money. I've given him much more than he asked for. But it didn't take me that much longer than it would have taken just to do the original track. So I send it off. And again, you know, I'm being nice. Well, that was fun. And I explain what I've done. I've done one copying the riff exactly, the other a bit freer. All the files 24-bit 44.1K and will line up exactly with the start of the MP3 you sent me. He didn't send me a tempo or anything. He just sent me an MP3. So you had to generate your own tempo or figure out your own way of lining it up. So what I do is this track, actually, originally I put it into record at 0 because I generated my own click. But then I trimmed it up so it's exactly the same length as the MP3 that he sent me of the backing track. So if he drops it into his session, lined up with that, it'll be bang in time. So everything explained, blah, blah, blah. That was on the 26th. On the 27th, I'd not heard anything from him. And I was a little previous. I should have left this a couple of days because look what comes back. I said, hi, Michael, hope the tracks are okay. If not, I can do revisions today or tomorrow. And back comes the message. I haven't had a chance to mess with the guitars. There was a death in the family. Bugger. So he's paid me. And I mean, what can I do? I'm so sorry. Thank you for releasing the money. Please let me know if I can do anything.